This is President Donald J. Trump, the 45th and 47th President of the United States. As everyone knows, Trump has had an adversarial relationship with the press, and in the last few weeks, there have been some notable confrontations. First, let's take a look at this moment on November 30th, where Trump was flying back from Mar-a-Lago on Air Force One and spoke to the press, including Weijia Zhang from CBS News and Libby Dean from News Nation. Both reporters asked if he would release the results from a recent MRI.
If they want to release it, it's okay with me to release it. It's perfect.
What were they
It's like my phone call where I got impeached. It's absolutely perfect. So if you want to hear about it or if you want to release it, you want to have it released. News Nation, failing News Nation. News Nation is doing lousy, by the way.
And to be fair, he's right. Their ratings suck. During the week of November 23rd, for example, News Nation's average primetime audience in the 25 to 54 demo was 18,000 viewers. But back to the MRI.
But if you want to have it released, I'll release it.
Please, can you tell us what they were looking at?
For what, releasing?
No. What part of your body was the MRI looking at?
I have no idea. It was just an MRI.
So first, Trump is like, the MRI was perfect, just like the perfect phone call that I got impeached over. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what the MRI was for.
What part of the body? It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing. Goodbye, everybody. You too.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Why was that so funny? And in another recent Air Force One flight, Trump was asked a question by Catherine Lucy from Bloomberg regarding the Epstein files. Specifically, this email, which caught the Democrats and the media's attention, where Jeffrey Epstein wrote to author Michael Wolff that Trump, of course, knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine Maxwell to stop. But stop what exactly? Well, Michael Wolff was asked about it, and he told ABC News that he couldn't remember the specific emails or the context of the exchange. Yeah, that's believable. And look, if the content of the email was damaging at all to Trump, Michael Wolff would have let you know, I assure you. Obviously, there is no there, but let's pester President Trump about an email conversation that he wasn't even involved in.
What did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said you knew about the girls?
I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago. It's really, what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, that is Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people that he spent time with.
So the president responded to the question, basically saying that he doesn't know anything about it. Trump moved on and called on another reporter. But as White House reporters are wont to do, Catherine Lucy got aggressive.
Sir,
Yeah,
if there's
Jennifer, go
nothing
ahead, go ahead.
incriminating in the file,
Venezuela,
why
sir?
not, why
Quiet,
acting as if
quiet, begin.
On
Go ahead.
Venezuela, sir, you've had a lot of meetings on Venezuela.
So as you can see, President Trump called on someone else. Catherine Lucy insisted on being rude, and Trump, well, it was a reaction. Now, should Trump have called her piggy? I don't know. More like a witch nose, really. The next incident occurred during an event at Mar-a-Lago, where President Trump was being asked questions about Ramanullah Lakhanwal, an Afghan national suspected in the shooting of 2 West Virginia National Guardsmen.
There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. But they go cuckoo. Something happens to them.
Your DOJ IG just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. So why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let them in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person?
Okay, to be fair, President Trump didn't call her stupid. He just asked if she was stupid.
Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person.
I stand corrected. Now, do I feel sorry for her? No, because in 2024, Nancy Cortez went on TV and pushed the whole Biden cheap fakes narrative that was provided by the White House and the DNC.
cheap fake clips went viral on social media and were picked up by some news outlets. Take a look at this clip, for example. It shows Biden and other world leaders watching a skydiving demonstration before the president is seen walking away and looking in another direction.
Okay, pause. For clarity, CBS News is claiming that this clip is digitally altered. So let's compare the actual raw footage with the so-called cheap fake.
It shows Biden and other world leaders watching a skydiving demonstration before the president is seen walking away and looking in another direction.
So did you see it? Did you see the difference between the two clips? Of course you didn't, because it's the same exact footage. Next, during an Oval Office press conference with President Trump and the Saudi Crown Prince, Mary Bruce from ABC News thought she was the main character.
Is it appropriate, Mr. President, for your family to be doing business in Saudi Arabia while you're president? Is that a conflict of interest? And Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious.
Did you hear the tone of her voice? They're furious.
Why should Americans trust
Who are you with?
And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You're with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the
But the
worst.
question is
One of the
legitimate,
worst
sir.
in the business.
So Mary Bruce is like, why should we trust you, Mr. President? Great question. Now, if it were me, I'd tell her to F off.
But I'll answer your question. I have nothing to do with the family business. I have left, and when I've devoted 100% of my energy. What my family does is fine. They do business all over. They've done very little with Saudi Arabia, actually. I'm sure they could do a lot. And anything they've done has been very good. That's what we've done. We've built a tremendous business for a long time. I've been very successful.
Now again, President Trump answered her question, as did the Crown Prince. But Mary Bruce's crappy attitude did not improve.
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter. It's the way you ask these questions. You start off with a man who's highly respected, asking him a horrible, insubordinate, and just a terrible question. You could even ask that same exact question nicely. You're all psyched, or somebody psychs you over at ABC, they're gonna psych it. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter.
The look on the reporter's face next to Mary, priceless. And honestly, Trump hit the nail on the head. Her attitude stinks. And Trump could have just moved on and answered someone else's question, but again...
As far as the Epstein files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. And I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people. Reid Hoffman. I don't know Reid Hoffman, but I know he spends a lot of money on the radical left. Reid Hoffman, in my opinion, should be under investigation. He's a sleazebag. And those are the people, but they don't get any press, they don't get any news, and you're not after the radical left because you're a radical left network. But I think the way you ask a question with the anger and the meanness is terrible. You ought to go back and learn how to be a reporter. No more questions from you.
Now, of course, the media was all up in arms about Trump pushing back against the press. And two of the worst White House correspondents of all time were asked to provide commentary for some reason. Jim Acosta, formerly of CNN, and April Ryan of Black Press USA, whatever the hell that is.
And, you know, to me, I think the only solution to all of this is collective action. We need to see the networks get together, perhaps with some of the major newspapers, send a letter to the White House, send it to Caroline Leavitt, and say, listen, if the president does not stop these attacks, we're not coming into your Oval Office sprays. We're not going to ride with you on Air Force One. You can have Fox and all of these other sycophantic outlets covering you, but we're just not going to do it. We're going to take a break for a while until you clean up your act. That's what I think they should do.
I'm sure the White House would be so heartbroken if reporters started boycotting the White House. But of course, that's easy for Jim Acosta to say because he doesn't have a real job anymore.
It has done its damage. The word fake has already, we already had some distrust in the media. But for a president of the United States to have that bully pulpit, to have the largest megaphone to scream out fake, he has damaged the industry. And now in this second term, it is worse.
There's major distrust in the media, not because of Trump, but because April and her colleagues lied to the American people for 4 years about Joe Biden's mental and physical health. They lied about the economy. They lied about COVID. And they lie daily about the Trump administration. The lack of self-awareness with these people, I swear.
And all of these women are reporting their truth, and the truth as we know it. And he wants to keep throwing these daggers at us, and it's a deflection. It was a deflection his first term when myself, Yamiche, and Abby Phillip were the targets of his ire.
So April brings up Trump's first term and how she was one of his targets. But I thought it would be nice to go back and see what the hell she's talking about. First, here's Yamiche Alcindor.
Hi, Mr. President. Yamiche Alcindor with PBS NewsHour. On the campaign trail, you called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also saying that the president.
That's such a racist
There are
question.
some people that say that now the Republican Party is seen as supporting white nationalists because of your rhetoric. What do you make of that?
I don't believe it. I don't know. Why do I have my highest poll numbers ever with African Americans? Why do I have among the highest poll numbers with African Americans? I mean, why do I have my highest poll numbers? That's such a racist question. Honestly, I mean, I know you have it written down and you're going to tell me. Let me tell you, it's a racist question.
And Mr. President,
I love it. You know what the word is? I love our country. I do. You have nationalists, you have globalists. I also love the world. And I don't mind helping the world, but we have to straighten out our country first. We have a lot of problems.
And
Excuse me. But to say that, what you said, is so insulting to me. It's a very terrible thing that you said.
And PBS wonders why the government defunded him. And during that same press conference, April Ryan was speaking her truth or something.
Sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I'll give you voter suppression. Take a look at the CNN polls, how inaccurate they were. That's called voter suppression. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm not responding. I'm responding to. Excuse me. I'm not responding to you. I'm talking to this gentleman. Will you please sit down? Excuse me. Would you please sit down? Please go ahead. Such a hostile media. It's so sad. You asked me about. No, you rudely interrupted him.
And even though April Ryan was being insanely rude, not only to the president, but also to her fellow journalists, her colleagues at CNN were super quick to defend her.
Because I tried to ask a question about a serious issue, voter suppression, and he responded to me. And that is the only reason why I stood. But if I'm a loser, so be it.
Well, can I just, April is obviously very, very good at defending herself, but she shouldn't have to be the only one to do so. She mentioned that she covered the White House with you. I covered the White House with April.
Yes, you did.
And she asked the questions.
April Ryan is innocent. She just asked a question. And speaking of CNN, here's Abby Phillip asking the president if he's going to interfere with the Mueller investigation, despite the fact that he repeatedly said he wouldn't.
That's not going to be involved in the Russia probe. Do you want him to...
It's up to him.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Classic. Anyway, that's it for now. If you want to support the channel, head on over to my brand new merch store at don'twalkrun.shop. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and hope to see you next time, if there is a next time.